Ever feel like manufacturing software is stuck in the past?
Yeah.
You know, like it's holding your production process back instead of pushing it forward.
It's a common problem.
Well, get ready for a breath of fresh air because we're diving deep into Odoo 18.
A lot to unpack there.
You shared their latest release notes, and I gotta say, I'm excited about some of these changes, ready to jump in.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first impressions, right? They always matter. What's the deal with this revamped master production schedule interface? Highlighted editable cells. Sounds kind of simple. Is it really a game changer?
It's subtle, yeah, but it points to a bigger shift. Think about the best platforms out there, the top tier. They're moving towards this kind of contextual highlighting, right?
Instead of just overwhelming you with data.
Exactly. Like, they understand users need guidance, not just a data dump. Odoo 18 is doing that with its MPS. Minimizing errors right off the bat. Speeding things up.
Less time squinting at the screen, more time getting things done. I like the sound of that. And what about these BOM upgrades? They keep saying you can attach anything to a BOM now.
Anything.
Okay, but give me an example. What kind of anything? And how does that actually help someone on the shop floor?
Picture this. You've got a new hire. They're struggling with a complex assembly. The old instruction manual, gone, vanished.
Been there.
With Odoo 18, you could have a video of that exact assembly, linked right to the BOM, instantly accessible.
No more hunting down the supervisor to walk you through it.
Exactly. No more production delays. It's like knowledge management at your fingertips.
Okay, starting to see how these little changes could really add up. But it's not just about adding things, is it? They streamlined the BOM creation process too, which honestly could be a bit of a headache before.
Headache might be putting it mildly.
So what's different now?
Now you can just create BOMs right from the product catalog. You can even link them directly to specific projects.
Which brings up a good point. How many times have sales and production been, shall we say, not quite on the same page?
More than we'd like to admit.
This feels like Odoo 18's way of getting everyone speaking the same language.
100%.
Which is crucial with custom orders, right? Because that's where the communication breakdowns tend to happen. So how does Odoo 18 handle that whole sales to production handoff?
Seamlessly. It's pretty slick, actually. Now, those custom product attributes, straight from a sales order, they flow right into the manufacturing process.
No more manual reentry?
Gone. No more lost in translation errors.
Love that.
And it's not just about automation. It's about, like, real-time visibility for everyone. Odoo 18 has these things called manufacturing notes now.
Manufacturing those?
Yeah. Well, little reminders, specific instructions. They pop up right when and where you need them.
It's like a digital sticky note system, but, you know, actually integrated into the workflow.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. But let's not forget about the people actually doing the work, right? The shop floor heroes. How does Odoo 18 empower them?
That's where this kiosk mode comes in. Imagine a simplified interface, laser-focused on the task at hand.
No unnecessary clutter.
Exactly. Just what a worker needs to get their job done efficiently.
Okay, I like where this is going. Fewer distractions, less frustration, more productivity.
Yeah.
But is Odoo 18 just streamlining the existing tasks, or is it actually giving workers more of a voice?
It's both, actually. Odoo 18 has this priority system for manufacturing tasks. You can, like, star urgent orders so they stand out. And get this, they've built in a feedback loop.
No way.
Shop floor workers can flag potential issues or suggest improvements right there in the system. And it feeds directly into the PLM.
Hold on, PLM. You're going to have to break that one down. Not all of our listeners might be familiar with that term.
Right, of course. PLM stands for Product Lifecycle Management.
Oh?
Basically, it's the system that manages the entire journey of a product, from, like, its initial design all the way to retirement.
Got it. So shop floor feedback gets fed into this PLM system. What happens then?
So those suggestions right from the shop floor, they can actually trigger engineering change orders.
ECOs, right?
Yeah, ECOs. It's like it formalizes the whole improvement process. Those frontline insights, they turn into action.
Instead of just getting lost in the shuffle. I like it. But with all these changes flying around, how do you keep track of everything? Sounds like a recipe for version control chaos.
Actually, it's the opposite. Odoo 18 has this built in, so every time a BOM is tweaked even a little bit, new version, logged, complete audit trail, you know, who changed what and when.
So you can always backtrack if you need to.
Exactly. Keeps everyone on the same page. Make sure you're working with the most up-to-date info.
Especially important when you're talking about quality control. Speaking of which, what's to say here about on-demand quality inspections? That's got to be huge.
It's a game changer, especially now, you know, with consumers demanding more transparency. Imagine A batch of raw materials arrives. Something seems off.
Right.
In the past, you'd wait for a scheduled inspection, right? Now with Odoo 18, boom, trigger a quality check right then and there. No waiting around.
Catch those issues before they become major headaches. Proactive instead of reactive. Love it. But what happens if something does slip through? How does Odoo 18 handle repairs?
Seamlessly. Of course. Repair orders are fully integrated with, the whole quality control process now. Every step is documented, traceable, from identifying the issue to the final sign-off.
Transparency and accountability, all in one place.
Exactly.
And transparency seems to be the name of the game here, not just for quality control. What about cost management? Because, let's face it, those production costs can fluctuate like crazy. How does Odoo 18 help businesses get a grip on that?
Data, data, data. One of the coolest things they've added is this real-time cost comparison tool. Imagine, you're looking at your projected production cost right next to the actual cost.
As it's happening.
In real time, as the product's being made.
Wow, okay, that's next level. But it's not just about seeing the numbers, is it? It's about what you do with them. What kind of decisions can you make with that real-time insight?
Okay, let's say you're using a new material, right? And the cost is, creeping up higher than you expected. Odoo 18. You spot that discrepancy immediately. You might pivot, find a different supplier, adjust your process.
Before it blows up your budget.
Exactly. It's about agility. Making those data-driven decisions faster.
So you're not just crunching numbers after the fact. You've got those insights right when you need them most. Which, for any manufacturer trying to stay competitive, that's got to be invaluable. But let's zoom out a bit. We talked about a lot of individual features, but how does Odoo 18 tie everything together?
You know those project management boards? The massive ones with sticky notes and strings connecting everything?
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Odoo 18 takes that concept digital. Now you can view all your manufacturing orders, tied to a specific project, one central location.
No more information silos.
Gone. No more chasing down updates from different departments. Everyone's on the same page.
One source of truth. I like it. And speaking of bringing things together, what about the Workcenter planning interface? Did that get any love in Odoo 18?
Oh, absolutely. They've made it way more user-friendly. Think intuitive drag and drop for scheduling, smoother navigation, that kind of thing.
Small tweaks, big difference.
Huge. Especially when you're dealing with complex manufacturing, those usability wins, they really add up. Less time fighting the software, more time, actually making stuff.
Music to my ears. Now let's talk traceability. It's becoming more and more essential these days, not just for regulatory compliance, but also for meeting those consumer demands. Everyone wants to know where their products come from. So what's Odoo 18 doing on that front?
This is where Odoo 18 really shines. Imagine, you can track a product's entire journey from the second those raw materials hit the factory floor
to the finished product.
To the finished product, shipping out to a customer, all with a few clicks. That level of granular traceability.
It's like giving every product its own digital passport.
Yeah.
But beyond tracking movement, what kind of information are we talking about? Is it detailed enough for, those really strict regulatory requirements?
Oh, absolutely. We're talking batch numbers, supplier info, quality inspection results, even down to the individual worker who completed a specific task. It's all there, meticulously documented, easy to access.
That's impressive. And it's not just about, satisfying the regulators. It's about giving businesses that confidence. They have a handle on every single step.
Yeah.
But let's move on to one final but crucial piece of the puzzle: inventory management. Odoo 18 promises a leaner, more efficient approach. What's their secret?
They've eliminated unnecessary steps. Take component allocation, for example.
Okay.
Instead of having workers pick all the components for an order, Odoo 18 is nope, just the missing ones.
So if you already got some of the components on hand, no need to waste time gathering them again. So simple, but so smart.
Exactly.
What kind of real-world impact are we talking about here?
Think about it. Less time hunting for parts, less room for error, smoother flow of materials through the warehouse.
Those little tweaks add up.
Big time. Especially for large-scale operations.
Yeah.
Huge time and cost savings.
Amazing how optimizing those little details can make such a difference. But does Odoo 18 stop there when it comes to inventory?
Not a chance. They've also automated the transfer of finished goods from production to stock.
Another manual step eliminated.
Exactly. Seamless handoff between departments.
It's like they took the principles of lean manufacturing and applied them to software development.
Lovely.
It's like they said, how can we make this as lean and efficient as possible?
Exactly. Odoo 18 is all about doing more with less. Less waste, less downtime, less frustration.
Which brings us back to why we're even talking about this, right?
You mean how these software updates actually make a difference for manufacturers?
Exactly. We can geek out about features all day long, but the real magic is when it clicks, right? Seeing how those individual pieces come together to create a better, smoother, more profitable operation.
100%. It's about connecting the dots.
So it's not about just having the fanciest new tools. It's about using them the right way to solve problems, real-world problems.
Exactly. Think about the biggest headaches you deal with in your own manufacturing. Maybe it's BOMs, maybe it's quality control, or just keeping track of all that inventory.
Which, let's be honest, can be a nightmare.
Exactly. And chances are, Odoo 18's got a solution that can make your life a whole lot easier.
And save you a good chunk of change in the process.
Absolutely. That's what's so exciting about it. That this isn't just some incremental upgrade. It's like a whole new way of thinking about manufacturing in the digital age.
It's like they're saying, okay, how can we actually use technology to its fullest potential here?
Empower your workforce, optimize those resources,
Right.
make your operation agile, ready to adapt because the market's not slowing down.
So many manufacturers, they've got these amazing ideas, but then they get bogged down by the day-to-day.
Odoo 18 is giving them the tools to actually bring those ideas to life efficiently, effectively.
I love it.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, but I want to leave you with this. Don't just look at these features as a checklist. Think of it as a toolbox, full of possibilities. What are your biggest challenges? What are you trying to achieve?
What are those goals?
Then ask yourself, how can Odoo 18 help me get there?
Such a powerful question. And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive into Odoo 18. But hey, the journey doesn't have to end here. Head over to our website, check out those additional resources, and please reach out if you've got questions.
We're always happy to help you navigate the world of manufacturing technology. It's always changing, isn't it?
It certainly is. But with tools like Odoo 18, it feels a little less daunting. Until next time, keep innovating and keep those production lines humming.